today.
From Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland.
It's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders taking on Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome, as we come to you from Commanders Field here in Landover, Maryland. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go in our nation's capital. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they're led out by Washington's 4th-round pick back in 2012, a 3-year starter in D.C., now going against his former mates. Here's Kirk Cousins. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8. Throwing, Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing is Cousins. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. To the air again, it's Cousins. There's Mooney with another catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Well, this is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. To throw is Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Darnell Mooney, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action. Daniels. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Second and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Second down and a run by Robinson. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. 3rd and 8. Cousins. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Robinson up the middle. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd down and 8. Now Cousins. Here's and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, Daniels. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Daniels. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Throwing now is Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commanders 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line. Here's Daniels. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 4. To the air goes Daniels. That's caught by Sennett. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 39. Operating from the gun, Daniels looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Daniels now on 1st and 10. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Daniels over the middle, brought in by Dotson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Daniels being chased out left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels, 14 yards. And the Commanders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point forthcoming. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. I think he's still shaking his head a little. It was his fumble on the previous drive that led to the touchdown that has us tied.
And sometimes it's worse on a runner who drops it like that to watch the other team take the ball downfield and score than maybe if they just returned it right away. You know what I mean? Because sometimes what happens that fast, you're right back out on the field. Instead, he had to watch it happen. Let's see if it affects him going forward the rest of the game.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Dorrance Armstrong in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Cousins now. Robinson's got it. And they'll get him down here at the 23. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Handoff now to Robinson. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Back to throw. Daniels. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Arnold Ebiketie in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Fielded at the 20. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, Falcon football. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. As they've got it as we resume action. On first and 10, Cousins.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. The slot man in motion right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. From the 48-yard line, here's second and 6.
To throw, Cousins.
A complete to Drake London.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. Now Cousins.
That's complete to Mooney.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. From the red zone now, Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. Drake London from 17 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Play action now. Cousins. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
Here's Cousins. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney. His 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons have broken our tie. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Coup now for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. This 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They run. Robinson shifts past him at the 45. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Cousins to throw it.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down throw for Cousins.
He's got his man, London, right side.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. First down. Here's Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing, Cousins.
Locates Mooney on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down.
Cousins. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Throwing is Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They're going to look to throw. This is caught. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Algier. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Dorrance Armstrong. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. To throw is Cousins. Sends it to the sideline, and Mooney makes a catch. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels fighting McCaffrey on the slant. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Daniels. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On the run, it's Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Complete, it's Dotson. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Cousins again. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. Advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Daniels looking to throw.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Open man down the field. It's a tight end Senate. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
To throw is Daniels.
And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Daniels.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Arnold Ebiketie getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
To the air goes Daniels.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And his kick here is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins.
And caught by London.
And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Robinson. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now Cousins.
Got a man, it's London.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Cousins now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels.
He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Daniels now to throw on first down.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Looking to throw. Daniels.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Ben sent it.
There to make the grab.
And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Falcons ready to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Cousins. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 38.
Here's Robinson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Again, it's Robinson. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Cousins to throw it.
That is caught. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Algier going straight ahead.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Bijan Robinson
taking it in from 14 yards out.
And the Falcons have taken the lead.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Washington offense set to take over. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They'll get this complete to Sennett, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Robinson with another carry.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Up the middle they go. It's Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
One advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Commanders Field. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Daniels out left to Dotson. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw. Daniels. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
They begin the drive with Robinson. Oh, nice move. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Cousins now from the 50.
Over the middle, caught by London.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Cousins.
He'll get this complete to Charlie Werner.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, Cousins.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. To the air again, it's Cousins.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Algier.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw is Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon.
And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You're talking about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. On 1st down, here's Daniels to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Daniels. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded at the 33. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. Cousins now on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
2nd down and 6 now. Throwing, Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Cousins. Throw out wide is incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense set to take over again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Boy, shifts past him. Going to be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again. He's north of 150 yards in this game. He's been doing his thing, hasn't he?
That he has, and he's been enjoying himself. And it's the type of game that you get locked into a pretty good groove. May not be record-shattering, but it's the type of game that if you accumulate that throughout a season, you're going to be one of the top receivers in the game.
See how much they incorporate him here on this drive. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. They'll set up a throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he slings one that's incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Daniels looking to throw.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 53 yards.
And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How about the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
A try here for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second down, Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On the toss, here's Robinson.
We'll get this up to about the 44. 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw.
Into the hands of London. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Here's Cousins.
He's got this to Algier. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon?
Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Now Washington down 34-31. Less than 90 seconds to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Back to throw. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. They come up now on 2nd and 2. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And Dotson, he's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He's back to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Here comes 2nd down.
They'll look to throw.
That's caught by Simmons.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. We think back to halftime, you know, they were close to being written off. They faced the deficit, and now here's we begin overtime. They're one drive away from a comeback victory.
Think about where they started and how far they've come back from. And look, you and I both know that when we talk with coaches, most of the time they don't say that momentum is something that factors into how they coach a ball game, because they say each game is its own entity. But within a game, I think they all believe in momentum, and they certainly have it going in their direction right now.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
60 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. A first down throw for Daniels. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. Escapes the sack. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. On the draw, Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Throwing now is Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down. To throw is Daniels. That's into the hands of Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Now Daniels. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's Daniels. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And they're going with some extra beef up front. They've got to have this one in overtime. It's 3rd and 1. Eckler. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all. And then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play. Because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So for Washington, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.